All right, good evening, everyone. Call this meeting to order at 6:31 PM. I will do the roll call since Lauren is not here. Virginia. Leanne.
Here.
Peter. Here. Chris.
Here.
Okay. AJ. See him online. Kelly.
Here.
And myself. We do have a quorum. So thank you. To the new council liaisons, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Next item is public comment. We have our number one fan in the room. Are you have any comment this evening?
No, happy New Year to everybody.
All right,
Happy to keep this moving forward.
okay. So I will run the elections for this evening. Just to get that out of the way, and we'll just do a voice vote when we get to those items. First item on the agenda for elections is appointment of a chair. Are there any nominations?
Well, is he on board or not? I would like to nominate Chris Riley as chair.
Okay,
Whether he accepts or not, I don't know, but
I accept.
you accept? Okay, thank you. Are there any other nominations from the floor for a chair? Hearing none, we will take a voice vote. All in favor of Chris Riley as chair? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
congratulations.
Congratulations, Madam Chair. Once the elections are complete, I will turn it over to you to complete the meeting tonight.
Okay.
That's it, you're on the spot tonight. Are there any nominations for vice chair?
I don't mean to be thick, but who was our vice? Was Chris our vice chair last time?
VG was the vice chair last time.
Oh, okay. Has she expressed an interest in continuing?
I have not heard from her at all.
I noticed that the pool committee has a town council rep as chair. Is that legit or not legit? Because that would.
We
make
can-
our pool of
I checked with
elections
Lauren. We cannot have a council person as a chair. I don't know about a vice chair.
Okay, that's what I thought that was something.
Yeah,
different
there's, yes. So,
Um, I would be willing to serve as vice chair if anybody wants to vote for me, but I would,
then I
I
would,
think if VG wants to continue it as it probably would be
again, I
a good
haven't heard
idea.
from her. If that's the case, I will nominate Leanne.
Well, no, well, what about, like I said, what about VG? Or maybe if we can do vice chair, is Kelly interested? Or Peter?
Again, I don't know if a council member can do the vice chair, so I'd have to check on that. So
Okay, all right.
if you'd like,
Would
we
you-
could table that, the rest of the elections until the next meeting.
That,
Find out if she.
I think that would be
And-
smart,
and
to be honest
see-
with you. I think and while I'm willing to serve, I think
Okay.
it's probably would be better not to have two library people on the top two
Okay.
slots.
Then just for the sake of the record, I withdraw my nomination
Thank
of
you.
Leanne at this point in time. So the only other appointment is typically a secretary. I don't believe we ran with one last time.
I don't think we have.
So if we'd like to table the election of the vice chair and the secretary, can I just get a motion to
I
do
would
so?
motion that we table this.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Motion by Peter.
I'll
Is there a
second.
second?
I'll second.
Leanne, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so at this point, I will turn the meeting over to the new chair, Mr. Riley.
Okay. I apologize as I don't have an agenda in front of me.
You
so-
have agenda. Oh, you have an agenda, my friend.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Prior meeting minutes is the
So,
next item.
yes, the approval of the prior meeting minutes, they were online. I know Leanne has printed out a copy for herself. I have reviewed them. I have no problem with them, so I would make a motion to
I would-
approve the minutes.
I would second that motion.
Okay.
All in favor?
Sorry.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstentions? Okay, that passes. Next item on the agenda, Chris, is other business pertinent to the committee.
All right, so, I mean, just to kind of give an update on status, with the holidays and everything else, and, you know, kind of in even my personal life that happened in November, you know, there hasn't been as much, additional work other than we have started, doing, some community communication, to get some feedback from the, community about any thoughts of services that they use the library for, what they would like to see for the future library. I know Leanne, and another member, Pam and Lisa, were involved with a discussion at the senior center. Actually, Leanne, it was Diane,
It was
Pam.
dying because I got sick.
You got sick. That's right. Apologize. I was going off my original notes. So it was Diane and Pam and Lisa that had met at the senior center and had gathered some feedback, from the community. Um, I I know it's not public participation or anything like that, but I mean, I don't know if you guys had more information. I wasn't directly involved with that, but I do know that, you know, we did get some feedback. Because one of the things that stuck out in my mind was the historical building was a key thing, and they were, I think, amazed at a lot of the statistics, you know, of how much the library is used, over time as well. I think our plan is to continue going forward and presenting to other community organizations around town as well. I know I touched base with the Chamber of Commerce before. I got to touch base with them again to see how they want us to present. But I think we had a good start with that and had to have some good ideas of kind of how to present that stuff going forward as well.
Good. Are we still on track to make a presentation to council in March? Is that what we're thinking?
I know usually March is when the town council's deep in budget season, right? So
Yeah, either right before or right after, I was thinking.
Yeah.
However, it's out.
I do know in parallel, I had been gathering up the information for a presentation for that,
Okay.
including kind of some answers to questions like, you know, options and various information like that we could present. So I think the plan is to still do that kind of in parallel to the communication with the community to kind of, you know, bring it forth both ways.
Okay. Is there, let's see. So assuming we do that presentation again, we're gonna have some kind of somewhat revised plans or different options from the architect as well, because I know we had approved that PO for them to start moving forward with some of that stuff. And I don't know,
Mhm.
you've had more communication than this board has, so.
Yeah, we've had communication about that we've had, you know, I'll say a few options developed that, you know, we can present. They're still, as I said, the main crux of it still is the meet the needs of the library as we saw them before and everything, but and to use the conceptual design as the starting point and kind of go from that to provide different options. So.
One of the things that did come out of the meetings that we've had with the architect and advising construction management team is to offer up the options, including the ones which are not exactly what we like, but we want to be able to say we've explored, which is, for example, the demolition of the whole building versus
Fair.
adding on, because it is a question.
Yeah.
So therefore, it has been explored. The basic premise on all the options is, as Chris said, maintaining what are we foreseeing the needs of the current and the future library, seeing as we had to go 40 years out with this one, we got to go 40 years out with the next one.
That makes sense. I think that's something last council did want to see, at least give them some options to consider before making that decision to go to referendum.
Right.
I'm good with that. Do you have any other business you want to discuss or do a round table with any other committee members?
I
I have a question.
I don't have anything specific, so if someone else has something, that's fine.
The only thing that I would question is, since we tabled the vice chair and the secretary, I think we need to reach out ahead of the meeting, the next meeting, to potentially fill those slots so that they are there.
Okay. So, all right, we can see what can be done there.
I don't know if does it come from Lauren or does it come from the chair?
I think it can come from the chair. I mean, he can reach out to individuals and see if anyone's interested. I just have so much to do. That's my thing. We just work here with the town center master plan, which is it's a lot right now, honestly.
Eligible.
And that's a question. I mean, I can shoot that question out to Lauren and see if there is if council members are eligible for that position.
I always thought council members couldn't be chair
Yeah,
or
that
vice
was my
chair.
feeling.
So then when I heard that the pool, I thought maybe the rules had changed.
Yeah, I did specifically ask her, and Lauren, and she said, no, not. I just asked about chair. She didn't say anything about vice chair, so.
Well, I think the thinking, at least there was,
Yeah,
it could be in the
exactly.
bylaws somewhere, but I think the thinking behind it was that, for example, we can go to our own previous council. It's more of a transitory relationship versus than being on for the whole time a body is established.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just throw this out there, you know, I'm not the chair or anything, but Lisa, do you have any comment or input or any questions?
No, I guess my question would about when you talked about the presentation in March would be, aren't they looking for alternatives, which we really don't have at this point, from the architect, I guess?
And we actually had discussions, Lisa, with the architects, and we do have some alternative options that could be presented, as I said, that still try to meet what we're looking for the library.
Have they drawn them up, or have they?
It hasn't resulted in any new actual designs, but it's looking at the various various differences that it could be between the options. I think it's still trying to use the conceptual design kind of as still a baseline and kind of just changing aspects within that.
Okay.
There are square footage differences as well as some facility spaces that have either been changed or made smaller, or like in the case of the option where the building is taken down and a new building would replace the whole. So,
right.
But the basic identifying, it's much like when we talk about the, you can show the concept drawing now, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the children's space will be in that children's space.
Right.
It's just a matter of having it addressed. So,
right.
So a lot of it is more dialogue versus drawing. To get 4 sets of drawings would be extremely expensive.
Right. I understand that, I guess, but also having an idea of cost, right? Based on the different.
Oh, yeah. Cost is
right.
there. Cost is outlined in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had cost estimates associated with each piece, and even for options that were pieces that were removed, we kind of have line items for those as well. If they are requirements that really should be in there. So.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's good if you give them the old, whatever you call it, like a Chinese menu, and you have all these options, and they'd be able to see, we can pick and choose and make it. Yeah.
For one of the examples was, we pulled out leads, the requirement there. What that does though, however, is remove you from the ability to go for the $1 million grant at the state level. So, I mean, it's like a bad game of dominoes, if you pull one piece, everything starts to fall another way.
Understood. And I think during the presentation, we make it clear about the grant, that we still intend on moving forward with that, just so council is clear on that particular item.
And that process is still going forward. We still are working with Sonia and Alice, so.
And we got the updated item from the architect that evaluated the stacks and everything, so hopefully that will be
Right.
good enough.
The structural, yeah.
Yeah, the structural. So,
A lot of moving pieces.
yeah. I don't have anything else. I mean, I don't. The next item on the agenda would be public comment, Chris, if you're done and everybody else is done at the moment.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm assuming Diane's in the room as the public participant.
Diane is our public participant.
Isn't it odd, Chris, to have me in the room and not hear my voice constantly?
No, it's different. It's like when I went to the it's like when I went to the Park and Rec meeting the other day when they were honoring Bill DeMayo, and I was there, you know, just during the public participate part, and then I had to kind of keep quiet the rest of the part. So.
So I think you guys are challenged to fill your positions because this board is not a large board. And while I have the utmost respect for both Chris and Leanne, I do think it's a good idea not to have the top two positions filled that way.
Oh, I agree.
If you can have something else. They're intimately involved. It would be nice to have other people on this board also involved or coming on board. And I know that it's been hard to get everybody on board. I think maybe sending out messages other than the Town of Newington website, the agenda and the meetings might help keep people up to speed rather than having to go look for them. I like to be spoon fed. I'm not that I have to be spoon fed for this, but so I think that's part of your challenge because who's left on the board.
Well, right, and we can certainly, there's things we want to push out on the town website and stuff. We can talk to Lauren and she can get some of that stuff pushed out as needed, you know. If you're doing, even if you're just doing something that's a chamber presentation or something there, you know, we could try and push something like that out.
Good idea, advertise it.
Yeah, as much as we
Yeah,
can, so I think, you know, because she is the staff liaison. You
Right.
know. Me, I'm just here as my John Q. Public, even though I work for the town, so
Right.
it's, you
No,
know,
I get
yeah.
it, I get it. Well, that brings a certain knowledge of how things are done, and that's certainly a benefit to the board, so that's not bad.
Well, I want to thank you for serving.
No problem. It just, again, it's just the timing with the master plan study and trying to get that worked through, so.
Yes,
the
That's
town can
supposed to finish up
move on.
this year in terms of the study.
Council has basically approved the master plan, so now the town has to move forward, making certain adjustments to regulations, potential rezoning of properties in the center, stuff like that, and then Hartford Healthcare will start marketing their property more like, we want to have everything in line beforehand, before the developer comes and says, this is what we're doing. And it's like, we have regulations, this is what we want.
Right.
So we don't.
Okay, go ahead and do that according to these regulations.
That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. And then once, obviously, you know, things will start rolling once that sells and they have a developer for the Hartford Healthcare site, I think that will really start taking off.
So Vici's really the only other person, right?
I believe so, yeah, because I think we're only a 7-member board and 2 of them are
Council,
council, and I think 2 are from the library board.
right. And while Peter is a member of the public, he is serving on the permanent building committee, so there's
Yeah,
some question there
okay.
about whether,
There's gonna be a time when I will probably have to resign.
or at least abstain from voting on,
Well,
it's a pick or choose.
I'd
He might
rather-
have to,
I'd
he
rather-
might have to
I'd
abstain from
rather
voting on the other
Not
committee
abstain
on
on
about a
whether-
project.
You'd rather have them voting on the other.
Yes,
committee,
why
I
would you on the other
think.
committee?
Yeah, so I can understand if you have to resign.
And
So,
we're still not clear on what happens to this board when it goes to permanent building. committee.
Correct.
If it goes through this, or if it switches over, and I suppose it depends on how full they get the permanent building committee.
It is full now.
It's
It is
full
full now.
and active.
I guess my only other question though is as far as running the meeting, because I I see you have your laptop there, Eric, and projecting and Zoom calls and everything, and I'm not as up on that. I'll admit.
Well, like I said, typically if Lauren's here, she runs the Zoom portion, so you don't even have to deal with us. I'm
Yep.
just doing, because I work for the town and I know how to do it, so if she's never here, I will run it for you off of this end.
Okay, all right.
So that you don't have to worry about, so it's kind of like I'm her backup, so to speak.
That's the reason I'll never be chairperson. Maybe other reasons, but definitely one for that.
I don't know if our new council member, Ms. DeHaas, has any comments. I know she's on the board too, I think. She's on the library board, or she had?
No, she's.
No, she's not anymore. She was.
Had to resign,
Still
right?
is, but she's not on the board. She's a town council liaison.
Got it.
I was just gonna say I get to liaise for all things library, and I'm excited for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Good,
Excellent.
And she's put in some hard time on the library board, so she's pretty up to speed with
Yeah,
what's
we're
going
not
on.
having to educate as to, you know, like the three-legged stool or any
Yeah.
of that other stuff.
Hit the ground running, so that's good. Well, Chris, if you don't have anything or no one else has anything, no other comment, then adjournment is next on the agenda.
Okay, before I even ask for it,
Yeah, well, I'm trying to jump the gun a little bit.
that's all right.
I'll second.
All in favor, yeah.
All in favor? And then,
Everybody stay safe this week.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we will see you all the next meeting.
Don't move a lot of snow.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, and hopefully
Thank
next time I'll be there in person. It's just tonight my schedule kind of had me here, so.
Understood.
That's the
It
best thing
happens.
for Zoom.
All right.
Congratulations, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, everyone.
Kelly.
When is our next move?
Sure.